Do you feel that organizations today are a little more advanced, or or still behind in making kind of that data strategy, digital transformation? How do you feel that organizations are? And you also, it's kind of a two-part question. And you also know that, does this come from the top, right? From the C level, like how organizations have organized themselves to also build out this strategy and that digital transformation?
Of course, I'm working a lot with the client and companies here in Italy, but with many contacts especially for training with the global organizations. So I'm looking at a different level of maturity and in delivering this kind of work, of jobs. And what can I say is that the level of delivering strategy or developing the data strategy for many different sectors, many different industries here in Italy is that lot of effort, and the main goals at the moment is focused on documenting the current status of the data environment. And there is no clear perspective in what is the value that we want to reach. We are trying to follow the lack of documentation, the lack of understanding of what is already in place, and a lot of effort is spent for doing this kind of job. But we are not seeing the value, I think. We are not seeing the main goal, that is, dear C-level, if the total amount of your effort is spent on documenting the current status, probably you are missing a half of your activity. That is what kind of value you're bringing with this you're producing. And in the last year, I talked with a CDO from an important bank here in Italy that told me that Michele, understand that it was, of course, was a man and was the head of all the data management function, and as a team of people making data quality services and all the data management services. And he told me, Michele, understand that we are just budget consumers, not budget producers. And I think that in this short sentence is embedded the status of the strategy at the moment here in Italy. So a lot of small teams in the company are already in place for developing data management activities and services, but all the effort is on understanding what is in place. We are missing a half, I think.
Do you find, from your experience and company experience, do you find like what industries would be a little bit more advanced than others?
Here in my region, the banking industry and the insurance company are the leading sectors that are more advanced in this kind of transformation. Probably they have a sort of embedded advance in the fact that the main product they are delivering is data. So they are forced in some way, even due to regulation, to be in advance. But I can repeat that even if we are looking at this sector that is the most advanced, we can find the main effort spent in really documenting the current situation and not thinking that, okay, what can we do after that?
Great. So, and how has cloud computing kind of helped in that digital transformation for you as well?
I think that I have a very probably a simple opinion about that, but I want to share. That is, in my company, for example, the cloud computing or cloud storage has created a lot of opportunity of focusing our effort on our core business and leave all the investment on infrastructure, on technological support outside the company. And so we did not spend investment and time in terms of internal skills or resources different from our core business. Thanks to the cloud computing or cloud resources. Of course, for example, in the sectors that I mentioned before, the banking sector or the insurance sector, cloud environments have some point of attention that must be considered every time you are managing sensitive or regulated data. But I think that there's no rigid rule to avoid or to leave the cloud computing out. I think it's a great support and an opportunity to use this kind of tools for the fact that you can focus on your core business and leave all the other to people that are more experienced and to suppliers that are dedicated to that kind.